Welcome everyone, this is my first YouTube video and my first time streaming on Twitch, and I wanted to share one of my favorite games right now on both my iPhone and my Android device, and that is Clash Royale from Supercell. So let's go ahead and jump into this tutorial. This is actually Supercell's tutorial, and while we go over the tutorial, I'm going to kind of give you some tips and some things that I've learned from playing the game in beta. So they're gonna give you some cards to start with. The numbers mean how many elixirs they cost. So 3 meaning this guy costs 3, and as you can see in the bottom, you'll lose 3 every single time he goes down. Now, both sides, you and your opponent, will both generate elixir at the same rate at the beginning. Of course, there's cards that can affect the elixir generation, mainly the elixir. So basically, they ask you to drag and drop here, and I don't actually like to drag. I think a lot of times, you know, like on a phone, you can actually mess up and drag in the wrong spot. So what I actually suggest is for you to tap the guy you want to select, and then tap on the screen where you want him, so don't try to drag, and you'll be a lot more precise when you do a lot of things here. So Trainer Earl is going to go down really easy, and just like that, you win the first step of the tutorial. And so they're going to take you into the next stage. No. Okay, yes, I will take notifications. Alright, so we're going to unlock this. You don't have to wait. You can actually open it now right away, but if you actually, this is a free-to-play account. If you actually want to farm gems are pretty hard to come by. You can actually just wait for this one to run out. And that's what we're going to do this first time, but for the sake of other things, we're going to wait later. Okay. So, we're gonna get some cards here. They're gonna tell you how to upgrade your cards. So, this is your battle deck. So, cards are actually really important in this game. So, always remember to upgrade them when you can, as it gives you experience, which ultimately helps you level up the crown towers with more damage and health. So, we're gonna jump into the next trainer. So, this is Trainer Fakova, and I believe they're actually all people at Supercell, given that they're a Finnish company. These are all very Finnish names. So, one of the basic concepts here is the Giant. He's a really good starting card. He's highly effective as a tank, and he's probably one of the best beginner cards. They only attack buildings though, just like in Clash of Clans. So if they don't have support, they can easily die. So when you use a Giant, make sure to put some smaller troops behind him. And as you can see, the smaller troops can dish out all the damage while he just kind of soaks up everything. So we're just going to rush through this and, you know, finish as fast as we can. And good job. And another 3-star win for us. So, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just gonna open the chest now, so we're on all stuck waiting for me. Let's see what I get. Get the archers upgraded and the musketeer. So, actually the musketeer is one of my favorite cards too. I use her even at Arena 7, so at high level arena she's still one of the best cards that you can get out there. So let's jump into part 3 of the training, and as you can see, the musketeer is now part of our deck. So this is what I call a bad starting hand. It's like a bunch of low elixir troops. Since this is a tutorial, it's a bit forgiving, but a good strategy here to use here is to just drop your slowest guy behind your crown tower. This way, when it gets to the middle, you'll have regained some of the elixir, so you can drop some more troops for a nice combination. And as you can see, a lot of the game is all about combinations, right? It's about making sure you have more troops out that cost more elixir. I mean, the general basis of it. Of course, at later stages, there's a lot more strategies that you'll see, but as you can see here, the basic concept is just to kind of like, don't just drop your troops one by one. You want to use a combination of all of your elixir at once. Alright, so Trainer Mike is gone. And let's continue. Once again, upgrade your cards for the experience, if you have any. And let's see, yep, we got the bomber. We can upgrade the bomber here. And once again, this is a great chance to demonstrate the power of the Giant. So let's use the Giant in this battle and kind of just show how great of a starting card he is, and how to use the combination right. So right here, most battles you want to actually wait till you're full to drop anything. So I mean, I jumped the gun a little early there. But as you can see, I dropped the archers right behind the giant so that he soaks up the tower and they can help dish out some damage. Now I'm not so worried about what Trainer Klaus is doing on the left, as I'm just kind of gonna rush this down since it's a tutorial. But kind of get the point that like some troops just die really fast to towers, and you don't have to waste troops trying to block them. Of course, if you know, you'll see later stages here. So now this is they're gonna give you I think your first epic, yeah, with this chest, I believe. So yep, they give you an epic, and so let's hope for the oh wow, nice, we got the prince. Okay, so the prince is by far, let's pause it right here. The prince is by far one of my favorite cards in the game. He, along with the musketeer, are staples even in my like 2700 trophy arena 7 deck. So if you never plan on spending money in the game, you can actually uninstall the game now and restart the tutorial, as there's a 1 in 4 chance of getting another starter epic. So they give you 4 starter epics. The other cards are the baby dragon, skeleton army, or the witch. If you get the skeleton army or the witch, I would kind of urge you to uninstall, as they're the least useful epics when playing free to play. Don't get me wrong, you know, they're all useful, and you know, some people might just say no, you're wrong, these are really great. But I think for a free to play deck, you really want the prince, as he just does so much damage here. So we got really lucky. So let's dive into a game and just kind of see how great he really is. Alright, so he's up in our deck, and let's start the battle with trainer Timu. So here it's good to use your musketeer with a knight is actually a pretty good combo, as she has really good range damage, and she walks pretty slow, and they both kind of walk slow, so let's see. And then I'm going to just throw a giant in here just to kind of speed this game up. I'm not so much worried. As you can see on the left side, your crown tower can just kind of take out the smaller troops that don't have any tank or anything like that. And let's drop the prince here, and let's just see him do his little charge attack. And as you can see, that just did like 500 damage to the tower once he gets moving. So yeah, he's so good. And I believe now they're gonna prompt me to change my name. So you can actually change your name, I think, twice, no, once. So you get this chance to name yourself. Oh, never mind. I think it's the next one. Maybe it's later. So now we are at trainer Tim. So as you can see, the HP on the crown towers is going up, so the trainers are getting tougher. Once again, a not so great starting hand. We're going to drop the musketeer in the bottom, as she's a slow mover, so she's a slow walker. So this way we can combo her with someone else in the middle. So the knight, we're going to drop him up here so he can tank the damage, while the musketeer actually does the damage. So like, don't get hasty in these kind of situations with dropping cards. You actually just want to like let your elixir go up to 10 and see how far back, so you can drop another combo. So I think I'm going to do like a giant here. Oh, I'm going to drop some archers, yeah. And then yeah, combo that all into one, drop the musketeer behind the giant, and then you have a nice little combo going. And just for the sake of it, I'm going to drop the prince, I think, when I have enough right here. Yeah. Let's just see how much damage he can do again. I mean, so you can see he gets a running start, and he does double damage when he gets a running start. And as you can see, that power drops significantly when he's on it by himself. So, good game, Trainer Tim. Yeah, now I believe they prompt you to change your name. Yep. So, like you said, you can change it one other time for free in this. I'm going to name it K1 Free to Play. My other account name is just K1. I like 2,500 trophies right now. I dropped a little after I got to my peak. But like, this is a free to play account, so I name it K1 Free to Play. Let's go and open this up, see what we get. Nothing super useful. Alright. So this is going to be Trainer Boris, and this is the last training session. Gonna go with the musketeer in the bottom again, I believe. And let's see what Boris does. Boris is actually pretty good. Yeah, so I'm gonna drop the musketeer here. And Let's see what Boris does. Oh wow, he fireballs it. Luckily, the Musketeer doesn't die, but that's actually a pretty smart move on the trainer's part, so it's pretty good AI. So the Prince is, I mean, so they drop the Knight on the left, so I'm going to use a Prince to kind of counter him. And then as you can see, that he's just going to demolish his tower by himself, even at level 1. This is why I think the Prince is such a good card. I don't think the Witch or the Skeleton Army can really do that. Just have that kind of effect on the game. So once again, put the damage dealers behind the Giant, and then I think from there you can just kind of win the game, like, you know, pretty easily against Computer. Good thing to think about too is like how you just saw the Prince and how much damage he's able to do. Like, if you know they have a Prince in their deck, you don't want to leave the tower undefended like that. You can single-handedly take it down. So, good job. We're through the training session, guys, and hopefully, you know, oh yeah, this is a free-to-play game. You know, once again, this doesn't really matter as we're not going to spend money on these tutorials, but I have spent money on my other account on my Android device. So, so the silver chest is gonna take longer to open, so we're not gonna use that. We're gonna save gems. Oh, and so we got goblins. Nice. So I'm gonna add the goblin. I actually like the goblins a lot better than the Prince. They cost 1 less elixir, and there's 3 of them. The Prince is more of a tank, but since we already have the Prince and the Giant, I think they're both very tanky. So don't get nervous. This is gonna be our first real game, so we're actually gonna be playing against somebody real right now. I love to use the emotes, and you'll have a lot of fun playing with emotes here. So we're playing level 2, so he's actually at higher levels than us. So he's going to start with a Giant, and I'm going to counter it with a Musketeer, as the Musketeer does a really, really good job taking out tanks. Your number 1 priority should be taking out the Giant right here. So, but you don't want to waste more than what your opponent put down. So Giant plus Archers is like 8 elixir, and then Musketeer plus Arrows is 7. So if we win this trade, we have a 1 elixir advantage. So we're actually up by 1 elixir. And kind of screwed up by putting the Archers in the wrong spot. So, but, you know, we'll see. Now, he has a mini P.E.K.K.A. Mini P.E.K.K.As do a lot of damage against single towers, so you actually don't want him to just like be on the tower by himself. So I'm going to use a Giant to kind of soak up the damage, and then of course here's my Musketeer doing some damage here. I'm going to drop Archers to quickly take out his Giant before his Giant reaches my tower. And he's going to do the same thing on his side, but I managed to get, you know, 2 hits on it, so good job. And then now I'm going to drop the Prince, and you can see how powerful the Prince is. If he has nothing to stop here, it's like bam, like 500 damage, that tower's gone. Good game. And now we can actually just play defense and win this game 1-0. But let's see, you know, if I can actually get a little further. And you know, right now he's probably elixir starved, so there's no way he can stop my Prince. I mean, as you see, like, just Prince by himself, even at level 1, just like really wrecks. So I'm gonna drop goblins, and then I'm gonna combo it with a Giant right here. The small guy is behind the big guy, so the Musketeer is going to attack that, and then so my goblins are free to just kind of do some damage. And like I said, P.E.K.K.A. is pretty dangerous. Like he can one-shot my goblins. And I'm going to use the fireball here. And so now that we're down to 60 seconds, you'll see there's double elixir. So you shouldn't. I mean, a lot of times you can just start spamming stuff if you have them on the ropes, which I kind of have them here. So this should be kind of a good game. I just need the Prince to hit once, and that's a good game. So that's our first win. So good job, guys. And this is a pre-recorded replay, but I think now we're gonna try to jump into a real game and see if we can hopefully win. So let's go ahead and exit out of the replay and go into our streaming. Let me open it up real quick.
You do have you watch it.
You're in my recording now, babe.
No, the thing is, I can't even watch.
How can you not watch?
Load.
It's not loading?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know. Well, let's see if this works. Where is it? My streaming technology is terrible. Why can I not load you air server? I gotta reload my air server real quick. And then, so yeah, when it comes to streaming technology, there's basically only two options: Reflector 2 or Air Server. I played for Reflector 2, but I actually prefer Air Server, so I might actually have to pay for it now too. But I think I'm still going to use the trial edition, and then as you can see here, we're in my Air Server. And we are actually going to add it into our OBS for that. And then let's get rid of monitor capture, and then let's go ahead and add the background for Clash Royale, because we love that, don't we? And then we're gonna we're gonna make this a little big, so we're gonna center that, but let's make it like fit the screen. There we go. Alright, so let's open up Clash Royale and get into a live game. Alright, so let's open up these chests, kind of see what we can get. Oh nice, we got goblins, knight, arrows. Let's open up some more free chests. It's been a while since I've played, so I was on a business trip, but it's pretty good. We got some good unlocks here. Nice, giant. Alright. More goblins. Alright, so let's upgrade the ones that we can. So like you said, we don't really have that much gold. This is a free-to-play account. So let's see how far we can actually get. But, you know, let's upgrade the ones we do have for now, and then, I'm gonna wait on the knight, because I'm not really using it. Oh nice, we leveled up. And so as you can see, when you level up, it's really, really important to actually, like, the levels actually matter. As you can see, you get more hit points, and your towers actually do more damage. So it can be kind of unfair. A lot of people can think it's unfair. So let's look at our battle deck real quick. 3.6 elixir, which is pretty good for early levels. It gives you a good drop rate. And let's see if we can hopefully win one before we end this video. And so, you know, obviously we won a game earlier, and our record is now 1-0. And let's jump in here, and let's wish me luck. King. I always like to use the cry emoji. It's my favorite. So our starting hand isn't super great. I actually don't really know. I'm probably just gonna drop these guys. So like I said, I tap, I don't drag. So he's gonna go. All right. So he's gonna go that. So I'm gonna use a musketeer to cancel the baby dragon. So he got his baby dragon in the starter one. So you see that here the prince can take the musketeer out super fast. And I'm actually gonna drop a bomber right behind here, because I have a feeling he's gonna drop some smaller troops to try to take out my prince. No, he doesn't. So you can see the prince is pretty awesome, right? He's way better than the baby dragon, which died super fast to my tower. Alright, so now instead of just dropping stuff, I'm actually going to wait until my elixir goes back to 10 so that I can actually combo something. So he's going to drop that guy, and you know, I'm just going to put these little guys can take out, you know, take them out pretty fast. And I'm going to drop musketeer here so that she can distract the bomber so he doesn't take out my other guys. And then, you know, I drop the prince here, and as you can see, I got a nice little army going, and you see that's pretty amazing damage, and I believe that should be a good game. And let's just drop a fireball just in case. Alright. Good job, guys. We won our second game. That was pretty fun. How about you guys say we do another one, right? Alright. Let's hopefully win our third game and end on a good note. So PURE F2P. My favorite emoji. A lot of people wish they could get rid of them, which is kind of funny. So I'm going to drop the musketeer in the corner. As like I said, she's a slow mover. And, you know, it gives me a lot of time to actually drop a lot of other stuff. So he's going to go pretty interesting setup here. He might actually know what he's doing, but nope, because his guys dies pretty fast. So I'm going to wait and drop my prince now. And I'm going to fireball this to get rid of them, and then I'm going to get rid of his guy was these guys right here. Alright. So the baby dragon's pretty weak. I'm not really so worried about him. And then he can probably take out, you know, yeah, it's pretty easy to take out all these guys. See, I'm not so worried. I'm not going to waste elixir to get rid of these goblins. I know they're going to die to my tower fast without really doing any damage. And he's just kind of burning through all his elixir right now. And as you can see, like, I kind of screwed up with the guy's pathing right there, which is kind of funny. So once the prince is locked on, he's just going to keep going, which is nice. Hopefully, yeah, we're going to get this tower. So good job, guys. And wow, he actually passed backwards, so that's a first for me. I'm actually going to drop my giant now, because I have some troops behind him to support, and then we're going to march onto his main tower. And I'm going to queue up Fireball just in case he drops anything right on top like that, and hopefully I can just get rid of anything he drops. And good game. Good job, guys. So we got our third win, and that's a great way to end. As you can see, kind of things I... And we... Golden chest. Even better.